There was once a woman who hosted a group of monks during the rain season. She was the mother of a village headman, and was well-to-do. She constructed and presented a monastery for the monks to live in, and provided them with their meals and requisites in order for them to strive for enlightenment. During the course of their stay, a conversation ensued between the monks and the benefactress, when she let the monks know of her desire to learn meditation. The monks obliged, and taught her the meditation of being aware of the 32 constituent parts of the body, in order to gain in insight and awareness. The benefactress practiced this meditation diligently, and before long, attained to the penultimate stage of realization through her practice. And with that, she also acquired the ability to read minds of others. After the original groups of monks had left to visit the Buddha, to declare their own enlightenment, another monk came to the benefactress in order to stay at the monastery. The new monk was still striving for enlightenment, and had not had much experience in meditation. As days passed, it so happened that whenever the monk had one need or the other, or wanted a certain type of food, the benefactress knew his mind. And in the manner of a mother caring for a child, she would end up providing for his needs in exactly the way the monk had wanted. The monk, even though he had heard the benefactress had the ability to read minds, was however taken aback when he began to experience it firsthand. He became embarrassed and moreover afraid that she might find out about the less than desirable thoughts he had on occasion, and that he might end up being ridiculed or worse for it. So with that thought he took her leave amidst her appeals to stay, and journeyed to meet the Buddha. Once in the company of the Buddha, the monk relayed the story of the mind-reading woman, and how he became afraid that she might get to know his sinful thoughts. The Buddha listened, but advised the monk that it was exactly the right place for him to practice his meditation. The monk refused to go back. The Buddha then instructed him with a stanza. In it, the Buddha asked the monk to guard one thing only: his thoughts. And thus the Buddha admonished and then dismissed him, saying that he ought to go to that very same place to practice his meditation. Upon returning to the benefactress and the monastery, the monk resumed his meditation. The benefactress, in her turn, offered him wholesome food, and looked after him well. And before long, heedful that his mind-reading benefactress might catch him in a sinful thought, he applied himself diligently, and being intensively aware of his own thoughts and the mind, reached the final stage of awakening.